You know that moment when you read a message, then just sit there staring. Your mind starts thinking what to reply, but nothing ever feels right enough. So you close the chat quietly, telling yourself you'll answer later, but you don't. It's not like you hate them, nothing even went wrong between you recently. But something inside you feels slightly uncomfortable, like a subtle emotional tension. So instead of replying, you choose silence, even when it doesn't fully make sense. And the weird part is, you can't clearly explain why you're avoiding them. You just feel this quiet resistance, like something inside is pulling you back. Most people think this is just laziness or mood, but it's actually deeper. Your brain is trying to protect you from something you haven't fully noticed. Now think about when someone invites you out and you suddenly feel drained. You were fine before, but now you're already imagining how exhausting it'll feel. So you start making small excuses, even though part of you wants to go. It's not about the people, it's about how you feel around them. Your mind starts predicting awkward moments that haven't even happened yet, and instead of risking discomfort, you choose the safer option of staying away. This isn't random, it's a pattern your brain learned over time. Somewhere in your past, social moments didn't feel completely safe or easy. So now your system tries to avoid anything that feels slightly similar, even when the situation today is completely different from before. You might notice this more when you're around certain types of people. Some people feel easy, while others create this quiet pressure inside you. You can't explain it, but your body already wants to pull away. So you become quieter, more distant, or suddenly busy for no reason. People think you're uninterested, but that's not actually what's happening. You're just trying to avoid feeling judged, misunderstood, or emotionally exposed. Your brain remembers how it felt last time things didn't go smoothly, and it tries to stop you from experiencing that discomfort again. Even if that memory is small, your mind treats it like a warning. So avoidance becomes your default reaction without you consciously choosing it. It also shows up in conversations where you overthink what to say. You start replaying your words in your head before even speaking, and suddenly, saying something simple feels like a big emotional risk. So instead, you stay quiet or keep things very surface level. Not because you don't have thoughts, but because you're filtering too much. You're trying to control how others see you before they even react. That's where avoidance becomes subtle, almost invisible to everyone else. From the outside, it looks like calmness, but inside there's constant hesitation. And over time, this becomes your normal way of interacting with people. Even when you actually want deeper connection, you still hold yourself back. This pattern often starts earlier than you realize, sometimes even in childhood, moments where you felt ignored, corrected, or slightly out of place. Nothing extreme, just enough to make you more careful around people. So you learned to observe more and express less to stay comfortable. That behavior slowly turned into a habit without you noticing. Now as an adult, it still runs quietly in the background. It shapes how you respond, who you avoid, and when you withdraw. Even when there's no real threat in the present moment. Your brain isn't reacting to reality, it's reacting to remembered feelings. Those feelings still feel real enough to influence your behavior. You might also notice this when someone gets emotionally close to you. At first, everything feels fine, even exciting and comfortable. But slowly, you begin creating space without fully understanding why. You take longer to reply, or suddenly feel the need for distance. It's not because you don't care, it's because closeness feels risky. Your mind starts preparing for possible disappointment or emotional discomfort, so it pulls you back before anything can actually go wrong. From outside, it looks like disinterest, but inside it's protection. You're avoiding potential pain that hasn't even happened yet, and that's why it feels confusing even to you. The same thing happens in small daily interactions you barely notice, like avoiding eye contact, or choosing silence instead of simple conversation, or walking a slightly longer path just to avoid passing someone. These choices feel automatic, almost like you didn't decide them. That's because your brain already made the decision before you noticed. It's trying to keep you in environments that feel emotionally predictable. Anything uncertain gets filtered out before you even engage with it. So avoidance becomes less about people, and more about internal safety. You're not avoiding others, you're avoiding how you might feel around them, and that difference changes everything about how you see yourself, because deep down, you might think something is wrong with you, like you're antisocial, distant, or just not good with people. But in reality, your mind is just trying to protect you quietly. It's using avoidance as a way to reduce emotional uncertainty, even if that means missing out on connection without realizing it. And the more you repeat this pattern, the more natural it feels. Until one day, you don't even question why you avoid certain people. It just feels like, this is how I am. But maybe it's not who you are, just what you learned. So tell me, is this really you, or something your mind created?